fighting the crime problem in the city isn't as simple as putting more police on the street. That's important. It isn't as simple as hiring a new chief. That is very important. It's really to get to the root cause of what's causing the crime. And that's what my philosophy has been all about. All of you in the community know some of the things that put your neighborhoods at risk. And that's what we really need to look at. How can we stabilize our neighborhoods? How can we build stronger communities so that people can address the issues? We need more jobs. That's the first thing. We need to deal with the problem of why people use drugs. I know that from my experiences working with the Council on Chemical Abuse. We need to have recovery resources throughout the community so that people have a place to go rather than using drugs. We can give them choices. We need to be able to decrease the availability of illegal drugs, and we need to be able to prevent and give our children hope so they don't make choices to use. That, in the long run, will fight the crime problem in the city of Reading. Thank you.
I'm coordinator in the Reading Volunteer Crime Watch, and I basically served as coordinator in East Reading for the past 4 years, so I'm well aware of the problems we have. We absolutely need community policing and other initiatives. But the other things that I will do is we need to spend the resources we do have much better. I do support this camera system that the administration has proposed, because I think cameras do more to displace crime rather than to deter it. And it'll do well for the businesses downtown that might get great insurance breaks, but how's that going to make people safer that live 4 or 5 blocks or further from there? And yes, they're going to expand more cameras, but that money could be better spent to hire 8 or 9 additional police officers. How about let's fix all the street lights in Reading? I mean, we have so many crime problems, and usually it's associated with a lack of proper lighting. That's right. Criminals like the dark. They don't like to do it out in the light. So we have resources. We need to better apply them and not just do feel-good measures. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I do agree. We do need better lighting. We do need better, trees being cut. But we do need more police in the streets, and we are having that now. We are seeing, in my district at least, I am seeing a lot of more police out in the streets and more cars in the streets. And what we need to do is we need to be able to talk to our policemen, be policeman friendly. Let your children know that it's okay to talk to the police. It's not always, they're out to get you. No, you have to be able to talk to them and let them know what's going on in your neighborhood. Go to your neighborhood groups. In our district, we have 2 neighborhood groups. We have a crime watch. If we all had that in our different neighborhoods, we can work together and our streets will be better, because the crime, and the criminals are gonna be scared of us, not us scared of them. So.
I believe it works both ways, that not only do we need to be police friendly, but the police need to be community friendly also. So what, we don't have enough cars to walk the beat, get to know the neighbors, get to know the people. And just a question of community in and of itself will definitely deter crime regardless of who's doing it and why. I know that a lot of our children are definitely a part of this crime that has just been evolving our city and taking over our city. And if we as a community are accountable to the children to make sure that they're not out at all hours of the night doing God knows what with God knows whom for whatever reason, then we would basically cut crime pretty much in half. The other half is just dealing with the problems of why we do have crime and why people feel the need to do the things that they do. And until we start working on the causes of the problems, we're always going to have the problem.
I don't know how many, in 8 years on council, I've been on
our finance committee for every year. Every year at budget time, and often a lot is on my shoulders at that time. You know, I look around the room and I remind the colleagues on council that this is where we fight crime, right here, right now. And the police can't do everything. You're right, and they need to be part of the community. But we've kept them. We've stood behind them. We've added to the schools. We've added to the streets. Now we need to add the family to the police. When they show up in these neighborhoods, people have got to speak up. We can't expect the police to do everything. And there's certainly room for improvement in a lot of areas. From our department, from a diversity standpoint, and from a community involvement standpoint. But we're the bigger police department right here. We've got to be the eyes for the police, and they've got to connect with us, and it's got to work both ways as well. Back in the year 2000, we added the first community police officer down to the 6th Ward. It was one of the first actions I took. I slashed the CDBG budget and said we're putting a community police officer there. Today, we're up to 5 or 6 community police officers, and we need to continue down that road so we do get the police in the community and make this a better place and a safer place. Thank you.